Girl Next Door and Sex Kitten. These starkly contrasting qualities have captivated us for decades. Ann-Margret became a star when she was barely out of high school. Her career has been stellar, but her personal life has taken some tough turns. You don't do many interviews, do you?
No.
Why?
I love my privacy.
Well, we'll leave now.
I love our home.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've been here since 1968.
Yeah. Let me run something by you.
Oh, dear.
Your life.
Oh, my
in
goodness.
retrospect, that every one of these is going to bring a memory. This is mind-blowing to me. George Burns, who discovered you.
Yes, he discovered me. And he said, you want to come to Vegas with me? Yes.
Wow. Did you have any inkling at that time, I mean, what that was opening up to you?
Everything came from that performance.
Yeah.
Those were 10 days, 10 nights in Las Vegas.
Jack Benny, Bobby Darin, who I love, Pat Boone, and you were the first person to kiss him on screen. Is that true?
I was the first person. I kissed him on his shoulder. Ooh.
His shoulder?
Oh, at that time.
That was risque.
I sort of nibbled on his shoulder.
Nibbled? Make a note.
That's what they... Oh, it was...
And of course, Elvis, Steve McQueen, Lucille Ball, Jack Nicholson, the Duke, John Wayne, Betty Davis, Dean Martin, Gene Hackman, Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, and we don't have time for the rest. That's unbelievable.
I am so blessed. I have been so very blessed in my life.
For a little girl from Sweden, 5 years of age, to move into this, pantheon of artists and stars.
Ever since I was 4 years old, I loved making people smile, making them think, making them feel good, feeling some kind of emotion.
But it was like a rocket. The thing took off. It was one thing after another, and you were out there.
So blessed.
Is that how you view it? As a blessing?
So blessed. Oh, my goodness.
Hollywood magazines predicted a wedding between Ann-Margret and Elvis, but it was another handsome actor, Roger Smith, who captured her heart.
I knew on the third date
that
we were going to be married.
Did you let him know that?
No. No, it felt right.
And he himself, quite a successful actor, 77 Sunset Strip. I mean, he was quite the man at the time.
He still is.
Well, I don't question it.
He had more faith in me than I did.
Really?
Mm-hmm. One of the main things about my view of him was that he would protect me.
He gave you a safe place.
Yes, he did.
In 1980, Roger was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, a neuromuscular disease that causes extreme weakness.
It affects people differently.
Yeah.
But he has been in remission now for a long time.
But you've stuck it out, too. I mean, there's people leave marriages today because they don't like the same restaurant. You know.
Both of you have to want it to work.
Yeah.
And we do. And we still like each other.
You do?
And we still laugh. How about that?
In 1994, Ann-Margret talked candidly about her life and career in her autobiography, Ann-Margret, My Story. You're really an introspective person. You're not a show business person. You don't run around, go to the parties. I don't see you on the red carpet. And you like to be at home with Roger, the dog, and your motorcycle.
And the kitties.
And the kitties. And it caused you to have to really examine yourself, too.
Yes.
Which?
You have to go through a lot of things.
You did. And including, and again, you wrote about it, the sides of that drove you to drinking?
That's something I dealt with.
Yeah.
I dealt with it.
And you overcame it.
I dealt with it. You never really overcome it, but I dealt with it.
Yeah. How did you deal with it?
And I have constantly been dealing with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still a battle today?
You always have to be aware of it. But I have been without it now for 32 years. All my life, I've had this feeling deep, deep, deep inside of me. My faith and my feelings.
How would you identify the something that's inside you?
I mean, you go outside and you see the flowers, you see the trees, you see all your loved ones, you see, and then you think of who created it all.
In her first 6 years in Sweden and later in the U.S., Ann-Margret and her family attended the Lutheran Church. She says she prays and looks for the good in people. Your relationship with God, with Jesus Christ, with that part of it, is that a reality to you?
Oh, yes.
It is.
I want to say something
You say it.
which is really important to me.
Okay.
If I thought that I would never see my mother and father again, I couldn't make it. I could not go a step further. Okay?
Okay. And so knowing that you know the Lord and that your parents did, that assures you of that.
Yes.
So after all the accolades and all the awards and everything else, and I think it was the point you said, none of that really counts.
Friends and family.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.